welcome to our presentation. The scheme presented here is a concept that we are developing towards a planning application in July this year. The project is at an early stage now for feedback to be considered within the design. The site is a former quarry at Great Blakenham, entered via the existing access road off the B1113, which descends into the quarry. On entering the site, the visitor travels between a steep valley of quarried cliffs, which provides a lost world feel, before emerging at the existing quarry basin, a combination of man-made and natural landscape, which provides a beautiful and dramatic setting for the project. The ridge of the site sits 35 metres above the access road and provides a spectacular view across the site. Beyond the ridge lies the meadow with a network of existing lakes, ponds and trees surrounded by former quarried edges. Since project inception, there has been an upward trend in domestic leisure and staycations, kick-started by the last recession and more recently by increased environmental awareness, Brexit and COVID-19. Additionally, the subsiding of the Olympic fever that the SnOasis scheme targeted in favour of general increase in sport uptake has affected the original project, and a new strategy is necessary. The revised strategy proposes to supplement specialist sports provision with a leisure-focused, family-friendly resort, catering for both staying guests and day visitors. Valley Ridge is proposing to be a sustainable, carbon-neutral development, targeting a BREEAM Excellent rating, which is an independent assessment of the sustainability of a development in terms of environmental, social, and economic sustainability performance. This will be achieved by tackling climate change resilience by anticipating, preparing for and responding to changes in the future climate, developing a carbon neutral scheme through energy reduction strategies and use of renewables, working towards a net measurable gain in biodiversity by avoiding impact, mitigating impact, or as a last resort, compensated for any losses, providing for low carbon mobility with on-site vehicle charging, and provided for a range of transport modes within the travel plan. We're looking to improve water efficiency by minimising demand, using low flow water fittings and water recycling measures. We're considering the use of embodied materials, and we're looking to minimise air and noise pollution. The landscape design for Valley Ridge is led by the existing ecology and wildlife, both within the site and the surrounding Suffolk countryside. Our vision for the landscape at Valley Ridge is to create a landscape where nature, leisure and recreation can also thrive in harmony. The design principles that are guiding our proposals are restoring the quarry landscape with careful management and new planting, enhancing existing habitat and creating new habitats, connecting the Valley Ridge landscape into the wider green infrastructure of the Suffolk countryside to support the county's nature recovery network. We have up-to-date surveys that have identified key species, including bats, newts and badgers, and vegetation such as wetland landscape and open mosaic habitats that are of ecological value on the site. Retaining and enhancing habitat for these species is a fundamental part of our design approach, as is protecting the SSSIs on the site. Our approach is also underpinned by the principle of minimising any visual impact through careful siting of buildings and strengthening green buffer zones around the edge of the site with new tree planting. The character and specification of the landscape, planting and materials will be designed to subtly reflect the existing landscape tones, textures, colours and native species already present on the site, so that the sense of place created is authentic to the history of the site and also surrounding Suffolk countryside. The scheme proposes the following key principles. All buildings should respect the landscape, following the existing topography. Their design should reduce their visual impact. The character of the landscape should inform the architectural design. The layout should preserve and enhance existing landscape features. The master plan focuses the central buildings to the east of the site, utilising the existing topography and lakes to take advantage of the various building uses, with the topography providing natural positions for the snow park and water park. Day visitors and guests arrive by car, travelling along the approach road, using the terrace parking areas at the north of the site before walking to the centre centre buildings themselves. Lodge guests would check in, unload at their lodges first before parking their cars, where they will remain for the duration of their visit at the main park area. Travelling around is either walking or cycling. The lakes and ponds and landscape provide opportunities to enhance biodiversity, but also provide for outdoor activities, kayaking, boarding, swimming, cycling, walking, and zip lining. The lodge accommodation is positioned to the west, to the right on this slide. This model represents 500 lodges. However, the layout is indicative at this stage, as it will ultimately be determined by the design that emerges from the ecological studies and landscape proposals as they develop. Looking at the lodges, there are 4 lodge designs. Each responds to specific landscape features. The cliff lodges, 3-story, 4-bedroom types located along the cliff edges. You enter on the upper area within the pitch roof with an external terrace, and your bedrooms are located on lower floors. The floating lodges follow a similar approach to the cliff lodges, with upper floor living area and bedrooms below, and are situated on the raised banks of the northern lakes. The meadow lodges are arranged in terraces of 3, able to cater for larger gatherings. They are proposed in the standard ground floor living and inverted upper floor living versions to respond to different landscape settings within the open meadow areas. The centre buildings. Day visitors enter the centre buildings along a landscape route and bridge from the north, from the car parks. Lodge guests access through the landscape meadow from the west. The centre buildings comprise the ski slope and snow park, swim, which is the water park, apartments and sports and events building, stay, which is the wellness centre. Arranged around landscape valley and ridge areas, which serve as the main public concourse of which all the facilities are accessed. Visitors to the site arrive directly into the centre of the valley via the entry bridge onto raised walkways and a network of bridges that crisscross the valley. The base of the valley follows the existing topography and provides a central green element to the main concourse. The base of the valley provides play areas for children and landscape gardens. The east side of the valley provides access to the sports and events building, indoor golf, water park, sports bar and restaurants. There are 100 service apartments proposed across 4 upper stories for staying guests. The sports and events building is a multi-use facility providing indoor sports courts for guests and indoor climbing wall, with the ability to convert the space for occasional events such as screening major sporting events, hosting exhibitions or music concerts. The water park is a state-of-the-art facility including wave pool, feature rides, outdoor rapids, kids pool, indoor and outdoor pools and cafe. The building uses the existing topography to provide a unique experience of arriving at the upper level and encountering the rides and activities along the route as you head down to the beach level. The stay building includes a 450-room 4-star hotel with landscape courtyard, rooftop bar and green roof. An entertainment centre including bowling, pool and snooker, games and virtual reality, 4-screen boutique cinema, variety of restaurants, on-site retail and a creche. The Relax building provides a high-quality wellness spa with treatment rooms, spa experiences, indoor and outdoor pools, studios, private terrace and gardens, plus 20 exclusive spa apartments. The valley rises up to the ridge, which stands at the top of the site. This plateau serves the bars and restaurants emerging from the surrounding swim, stay and ski buildings. The existing lake adjacent to the wellness centre will be enhanced with a raised lake feature on the ridge level that will flow back to the spa lake and also into the valley. A stage and amphitheatre is envisaged to provide for outdoor summer events. Last but certainly not least, the ski building stands at the top of the ridge and descends into the quarry basin. The building comprises a 180-metre indoor ski slope to provide one of the longest slopes in the UK, with an overall descent of around 40 metres. The adjoining snow park provides a unique element for the UK market, with a series of rides including slides, tubing, zorbing, toboggan runs, themed interactives, ice caves, and an ice cafe. Thank you for listening.